Get away from me. Good, now I'm away from that annoying fucking bitch of a kid who I would have slapped in real fucking life if they talked to me like that. I would have fucking pimp slapped that shit out of that. Huh?
I am the tips of Christmas past.
Ho, ho, ho. I am the tips of Christmas present.
I am the tips of...
Look out, there's a black woman coming! Ah!
God bless us.
Flashback.
Mentally stunted people in chat tonight, it's only one person. If you see them spamming nonsense, just let me ban them when I get a chance, because sadly Slayer left. But they're basically spamming the biggest nonsense ever. So this morning, we had a big discussion about people who illegally restream me, and I explained that actually, the illegals restreaming could happen, could be ended. All I need to do is get a lawsuit, but I have no plans to do that because I don't have the time and money. But I said, hey, got to be careful. If I ever buy a lottery ticket and win, I'll have all the time and money in the world. And just like, you know, a mosquito that's constantly biting you and you kind of ignore it, well, one day you're going to get swatted. Get it? Swat the mosquito. This idiot is actually posting in chat that I said that I'm going to swat people. No, I didn't. You're a fucking moron. You're a mouth jeweler. Your mom probably shit you out of her ass instead of out of you-know-where because you're so fucking stunted. All right? So thanks a lot for wasting everybody's time, and have a good night.
End of flashback.
Anyway, I got into a lot of that, and by the end of it, basically the podcast was over. I was like, oh, so I guess we can't do the Steam year in review. We'll just save it then, which we are. We're going to save it for Sunday morning show. Now, FYI, just to squash any complete nonsense, okay? During this segment, someone had brought up, they had tipped me and said, hey, Phil, isn't it unfortunate that, say, 10 years ago, when you talked about this kind of stuff on the internet, people listened and you could spread the word about a scam or something bad like this and people would care and actually, you know, learn from you and then maybe avoid it. But in this case, you know, you talked to us on the podcast earlier in the week, but, you know, no one outside of your circle really pays attention anymore. So you wonder how many people actually got hit by this scam. And if only these morons on the internet hadn't basically dragged you through the mud for a decade, people would actually have learned ahead of time and been helped. So I went on a little bit of a tirade about it, quite frankly, because I agree completely. And basically what I said at the very end of it was, listen, these people on the internet who defame me, who illegally restream me, it's all illegal what they do. And the thing is, I don't have the time, resources, money, or really the energy to sue people for this awful stuff that they've done for me over a decade, which I very well could. All right. But essentially, I'd prefer to just do positive stuff moving forward, but they better just be very happy that I'm not filthy rich. Because if I were a giant YouTuber, if I hit the lotto, all of a sudden I could have a lot of free time and maybe I would actually sue one of these idiots into the ground just on principle, not even to actually make money, but just on principle. And the way that I used an analogy, I said, maybe one of these mosquitoes that's been buzzing around and biting me on the neck all along, maybe one day they're just going to get swatted, like a bug. You swat the bug.
Flashback.
Destroy someone and their public, their reputation, public opinion about them. You just thought it was funny. There was no other reason to do it. You just thought it was funny. But you didn't think big. Instead, you thought in your own little brainless mouth drooler bubble that the memes of the internet and laughing at them is more important than big picture shit. So all during this time frame, when the YouTube adpocalypse was happening, and I had concrete data to show what was going on, everyone ignored me. During the time frame when YouTube was cracking down on copyright issues on YouTube, and everyone was having their videos content ID match, and I had all the data because I had tens of thousands of videos and I could help people. People ignored me. All these times when things could have been helped out or better, but let's have a laugh today at DSP because, he had an incident in 2016 and he plays WWE champions, right? All right? So, in truth, sorry for me, I'm about to drop a little holiday truth bomb on everyone. All right? Are you ready for this one? If I never existed, if I had never made a YouTube video, if I never had any prominence on the internet, if I had never bothered turning on a camera, pointing it at a TV, and doing really stupid commentary, if I had never made tens of thousands of videos, all right? Here's the truth. Tons of people never would have been YouTubers. Tons of content never would have been made. People wouldn't have been inspired to do what they did. And the world would be a very different place. Okay? If I never existed, a lot of positive things never would have happened on this planet. Whether directly or indirectly as a result of my actions, my existence has actually prominently impacted the internet and life, quite frankly. All right? And I'm happy and proud of that fact, that at least my existence on the internet has had a positive impact on so many. All those people who made negative memes about me for the last decade to get a joke, to get a laugh, literally, if those people never existed, they'd have zero impact on anything. Zero. The whole mentality of this groupthink nonsense is just that. It's nonsense. Oh, jokes on for joke's sake, and it's all just jokes. Yeah, but at what expense? What did you do? You fucked with the fabric of how things worked because you wanted to have a memeable existence for 10 fucking years. You know? You're out of your minds. But again, it's, you look in the mirror and you don't want to acknowledge that. You sat on the internet for 10 years, turning DSP into a joke. But what have you done with yourself? Right? These people who are full-time DSP detractors, who would they be without me? In a day when I decide not to turn on my camera or not to broadcast, they have nothing to do in life. They actually depend on me for them to have some kind of a meaningful existence. Get it? So, as much of a joke that you wanted to make me out to be for 10 years, but you wanted to think about what might have happened in the last 10 years if I was actually able to add to interesting topics, actually be respected for my opinions, Gamergate, all these journalistic controversies that have happened that I've been very vocal about. I don't like how journalism has handled gaming in the last 10 years, but no one listens to me, right? All these things that have come to fruition that I predicted would happen, and they have. Gaming now is all so fucking milquetoast and done just for the money because people just take bags and run and get paid sponsorships and shit like that. How the biggest YouTuber is Mr. Beast, the fakest motherfucker on the planet who just exploits children left and right. These are things I called out a decade ago. Get it? I did. I predicted all this would fucking happen, but everyone just wanted to laugh at DSP for a decade. Good for you. I hope you like the present. I hope you're enjoying the existence of, you know, how everything went in culture, on the internet, all this shit. I hope you like where you are right now. And all of you who are so dependent on me to get any kind of attention for yourself, I hope you like the fact that you have to be a DSP parasite for the rest of your fucking existence. Because you have no actual value on this planet outside of sucking blood from me. You're nothing but a mosquito, and one day, you're gonna get swatted. Okay.
End of flashback.
Perfect circle, the golden circle, the great circle. Indiana Jones and the great circle. So now a follow-up. The reason why I brought up that whole story I talked about on the internet earlier today is because if you can believe it, my detractors are actually trying to say that I said I was going to swat people. Because I said they're mosquitoes biting my neck and one day maybe I'll take the effort to swat them. They actually are now trying to take that out of context and put it on the internet as if I said I was going to swat people, which I never did. So just so you know, if you hear it and you see it out of context, that's what it means. These people are deranged and will do anything they can to try to make me look bad. It's just another case of that, okay?
End of flashback.